Salute, salute, salute. I like to welcome everybody to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker, thank you guys so much for pulling up today. I hope everybody had a blessed Monday. I know it could be the most hectic time of the week, so I know how it is. Salute, Melanated Jim. Thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you so much. Dirty Red Vibes, thank you so much for tuning in at work. I really appreciate that. Again, I hope everybody had a blessed Monday. I'm gonna let everybody try to come in and pal up. And today we're gonna talk about a story from 15 years ago with the mother who's finally had the courage to speak out about the tragic day that her son lost his life, and that is really important. Hey, Arissa,
Hi,
how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. I appreciate you for pulling up. I appreciate you for wanting to share this story on my platform. It means everything to me. And I love the courage that you have to come in, speak out about what happened to your son and bring light to the story. And again, I thank you so much. Salute Lalizi, salute.
Thank you
Salute
so
Keith.
much.
Thank you for coming through. I want to get through this interview, and then I'm gonna do a little things different. I'm gonna ask talk to Miss Arissa, let her share her story. Salute Shank, salute, and also not just let her share her story, but also give us some details of the story and just like I said, bring awareness today. Hey, Transparent Talk. Hey, Cupcakes. Thank you guys for coming through. Keith, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you guys so much. But Arissa, I hope you had a blessed Monday. I know you work super hard. I am
Yeah,
so happy for you. You know what I'm saying? That you got to get off today of
yeah.
all days, you know. Salute the shell, salute. Salute YNFL, salute. Thank you guys for coming through.
Oh,
I really
salute
appreciate it.
everybody.
I appreciate all the love. Salute, Miss MJB. Thank you for coming through. And also, I want to give out a big thank you to Willie 3 for the beautiful thumbnail, and also RH Unlimited. They made some beautiful thumbnails for you
They
in
did.
memory of your son. And I hope you appreciate those because I
I
definitely
do.
did. And thanks. I just want to do my salutes and we'll get right to it, Miss Arissa. Hey, my B, salute, the goddess of love. Thank you for coming through. Pretty Problematia, thank you so much for coming through the shell. And I think I said Miss MJB. Salute, Callie, salute. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. And y'all go make sure y'all check out Callie did a short video about mental health today. It was bringing awareness because this is mental health month that she was making it aware of. And she stated that this month is mental health month. So make sure y'all go check that short video out that she did. It's very informative information. And we all, well, most people, I'm willing to admit that I suffer from mental health, and I appreciate the information that she
Mhm.
shared today upon it. Salute Sages, salute Sages. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you guys so much. So, Mr. Rissa, you know, I'm a mother like you, and enough is enough. Like, I've really had enough of all this violence that's going on, and not just gun violence, but all violence. And
Period. Yeah.
I'm so glad that you was ready to step up. And like I said, share it on my platform. I'm so blessed for that. I love you like a sister. I talk to you every day, and
Yes.
your story is beautiful. You are an amazing mother. Your soul is so beautiful and it's very inspiring. And it also inspired me to get my merchandise, which is Switching Lanes Uplifting Tours. So that's going to be something to talk about after I get done interviewing you.
Okay.
But again, everybody come in, you know, throw prayer hands up for everyone that has lost a child or a loved one, a friend. It doesn't matter if it's a friend to gun violence. Prayers up to all of you. Um, it's so unfortunate how this world is changing and turning. Arissa, you dropped down. I'm going to drop the link again, but it's so unfortunate that what this world is dealing us at this moment. And it's a lot of us. I have a lot of mothers that's come in here and grieved and told us about their loss. And again, I'm so sorry about that. Prayers up to you guys, and I hope you get the healing that you need. Even today with Larissa telling her son's story, I hope you get a little healing from that. Here goes Arissa, and we're going to get into this. All right, Arissa, if you don't mind, we have the Rock Squad over here, and we also have some of the Mo3 sector and different sectors just coming in. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to YouTube?
First, I would like to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to you. I appreciate you. You already know what it is. So, um, you know, I raised 6 kids. I'm so nervous, y'all. I'm sorry.
Take your time. Take your time.
Um, I, I was trying to raise these 6 kids. I did raise my kids. Our gun violence just tore us apart. It's just sad. It's taken me 15 years to even just do this and just to speak on it. And he would have been 27. And I can't even imagine him 27. He was 12. And, it just still hurts. It still hurts. Yeah, I'm okay. Um, it just still hurts. It hurts. You know, uh, it's very, very hard for me to, speak on him sometimes. We miss him to death. He didn't deserve what he got, at all. Very innocent child. And I'm just hoping to bring awareness. These bullets don't have names, because, the bullet wasn't for him. You know,
So
it just has to stop.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, how long have you been into the YouTube world and what brought you to the YouTube world?
Well, with the YouTube, I just started when everything went down with Shanquilla. And and I was just scrolling through, and that story, I was one of the ones that seen that tape, and it was just enough for me. Another victim of another violent crime, a Black girl. It's just sad. It's sad. So, and I was just going through people's YouTubes, whoever was speaking on it, and and I ran into Shank's group, and I was in the bushes at first because I didn't know. I didn't know, what to do. I didn't know anything about subscribing and all that. And listen to him, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then, I heard you talking on his platform. That's how I got to you. So,
The Shanquilla Robinson case attracted you to YouTube. What stood out the most? Did something dealing with the Shanquilla Robinson case make you reflect on what happened to your son in any kind of way?
kinda, just watching that case from the beginning. We were in that same spot where, I didn't know who killed my son for a couple months. I had my kids, I have 4 boys as well. So I have 4 boys and 2 girls. And I was making them comment. I didn't know why this boy got shot, and it's so crazy. It's so
Okay, take
crazy.
your time.
Uh-uh.
So, as a mother, you understood the pain of losing a child, and then not only losing that child, but not even knowing what happened to your child. So it's definitely understandable about a case like that, attracting you and feeling so genuine about it. So before we get into the story, could you tell us a little bit about Colin? What kind of kid was he? What did he enjoy doing? Did he enjoy sports? Did he enjoy school?
Everything. When I tell y'all he played every sport there is, that's what he did. A very outgoing little boy, very sweet boy. Um, he was the type of kid that, he played with the kids that, no other kids wanted to play with. He was all about his brothers, his sisters, straight A student. Um, we just didn't have trouble out of Cole. And I think that's what hurts too a lot. We didn't have any trouble out of him. He was the youngest. Um, he was just a good kid all the way around. And like I said, the week of all this happening, he had just got selected to the All-Star team. I believe it was for basketball. Um, I believe it was for basketball that week. He was just a good kid. Like I cannot tell you anything bad about this boy. He was a very, very good kid. He was a spoiled kid because everybody. I think because he was the youngest, he was just spoiled. He was
Yeah.
a spoiled kid, but a good kid.
Yeah.
He was a good kid.
So he was into basketball. He really enjoyed basketball. And you said he made it into the NBA league team?
No. They do all-star teams out here in Pittsburgh. So for the little leagues.
Okay.
So he was selected to go into one of the teams. I can't even remember. I believe it was basketball that week because he was always in something.
Okay.
Yeah, he was always in something.
Okay, that I'm pretty sure. Growing up a little boy, very energetic.
Yeah.
Playing sports is always basketball. Is kind of like their most go to. Let's get into this. April 19th, 2008, a tragic incident happened that changed your life forever. Could you kind of tell us about that day, and also about that day? Like how did you find out about the tragic incident? Your feelings, your emotions.
Um, Actually, on April 18th, that Friday, I had came home. And it's so crazy because I never seen him going to school. I always seen him coming home from school. So that particular day, I got off early. He was on the porch. He was waiting on his friends. He had his little phone call. They were going to meet at the store. So we walked down the street. Um, I was holding his hand. He said, "Mom, to go, my friends let go of my hand." So, we proceeded to go in the store. He got what he got. And then I went back up to the house. And I had to do some other stuff. So I did that. Now, mind you, I hadn't slept in 24 hours. It's almost 24 hours at this point that I
Oof.
haven't slept yet. So I go shopping. I see all the kids when they get home, and I'm just dog tired. So now, I took my shower. I lay in the bed, um, and I go to sleep. So about 15, 20 minutes later, now I'm in a deep sleep. That's how fast I went to sleep. So my kids and my ex had came up and said, you got to get up. Cole got shot in his arm. And I'm like, who? Because I couldn't get it together. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So once my ex starts screaming, he's like, get up. Cole got shot. So, I'm spinning around, and he has to literally get me down these steps. So we just start running down the street. I'm thinking, I'm going to save my baby. The nursing in me kicked in, and I opened up that paramedic door, and um,
Take your time, sis.
I opened up the paramedic door, and all I could say was I thought he got shot in his arm, and they said he did. But the way he was laying, well, when I opened the door, they had the ambu on him, so they were doing CPR on my son. So, but mind you, I'm running down the street thinking, gunshot wound, we could do this. They ended up pushing me in the truck because that's how in shock I was. It was just so much blood. Um, we get down to Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh and Oakland, PA. And they had to bring me out the truck then because I'm just in shock. I'm trying to call my mom, my grandmom, everybody. I'm trying to get the word out. I got these other kids. They're in another car trying to follow us to get down to this hospital to save him. And, you know, once I get in Children's Hospital and see, the damage that was done to him. And I just said, God, please just save my baby. And where he was in the operating room, there was like a little bench. And I just kept screaming and crying to the point where they had to give me something to calm down. Because you're thinking about everything. You're thinking about what are you going to tell these other 5 kids? Everything is just going through my head. I just wanted my son. I just wanted to bring my son home with us. That's all I wanted. Um, So he goes into surgery. My baby died twice on the table. The first time I was outside the door. That's the worst thing ever. That's the worst thing ever. Whew.
Take your time.
To hear those machines is just crazy to me. And they woke me up. And it was 2 surgeons, very good surgeons. And there had to been about 50, 60 of us in this room. And you know, her exact words were, I don't have enough sutures to sew him up. That was the worst day of my life. So now I have to make this decision to see if he's going to live through the night, why he's bleeding inside. Any nurse know, any doctor know, once you're bleeding inside, it hurts. Um, so now I got to make this decision to pull this plug, and that is the worst. That's the worst a mother can do. That is craziness. Um, so I flash back to, some of the trauma people that I worked with. And, I just had to make that decision. And I just hope he heard me. Everything I told him. I asked the doctors to, before they pull that plug, to please shoot him up with some morphine just so he can relax. And he lived 15 minutes after that. So April 19th is the worst day of my life. So he died. He got shot the 18th and he died a couple hours later on the 19th.
So Colin's precious life was abruptly taken on April 18th, and a mother had to endure, watch her baby in pain, suffering from horrific accident, dealing with gun violence. It was also a message that Colin found the strength to say to the police officer when he got there. Could you tell us what that message to you was?
The officer, detective, actually it was a detective, and he held Cole's hand. he held Cole's hand. Cole told him he didn't want to die, but he know he is, and to tell his mom that he loved him. Yeah, but he sent that message home to me that he loved me.
That was beautiful that he shared that with that officer, and that, you know, your pain will never be erased. But just to know that, you know, he was thinking about you, he thought about his mother, is even more beautiful. So 3 weeks before this tragic incident, Cole had just celebrated his 12th birthday on March 28th. Um, how was that celebration for you 3 weeks prior?
Um, he did. He was that type of kid. He didn't want you to buy him a cake. He was the type of kid he wanted you to bake him a cake. All he wanted, I think, at that time, that's when the PS2s came out, the handhelds. So, and it was the thin ones. So, and that's what I bought him. Bought him some games and stuff. Um, it was just a normal day for us. We had fun, did what we do. He did what he did, and we had fun on his birthday. I never in 1,000 years, in a million years, that it would happen. I think I had told you before. I was at work one day and we were on break. And there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken up the street, and a young teenager had just got shot uh, in a drive-through with his mother in the car, and I think it was mistaken identity. And I had said to my friend, one of my coworker, I said, "Oh God, I don't even know. I could never. I could never." And when I tell y'all, 3 weeks later, it happened to me. 3 weeks later. Yep. So, I'll never forget. He was the 12th. He was the 12th black male in the city of Pittsburgh that year.
Mm.
Yep. And I want to say he was like the fourth kid or something, but he was the 12th male, black male, 12 years old. Yep, I'll never ever forget that. He was a number. He was a number. He's a statistic. It's crazy.
It very much so is that they're even labeled as that. It's,
Yeah.
it's horrible. Um, so on that day of April 18th, who was so Cullen was with a friend.
Yes, he was with Pierre. He was with his friend Pierre, his best friend. Where I lived at and where my baby got shot at and where Pierre lives, all they had to do was get to the corner after they initially crossed the street when they started the shooting. They just needed to get down to that next corner, and Pierre lived on Penn Avenue.
So how did you said Pierre, which is Cullen's best friend,
Mm-hmm.
to this day he blames himself.
Um, I think they were just more hurt because they were together and everybody got separated because that particular day was a beautiful day. Um, everybody was outside. So when they started shooting, so they're on each side of the street shooting at each other, but they didn't start shooting until all the kids crossed the street. And also, where he got shot at is also 4 bus stops. So you had 2 bus stops like this, and then 2 bus stops like that. So there were a lot of people down there. And what made them start shooting at each other like that is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
So when they started shooting, they let go because it was just so many people. You know what I'm saying? So when the kids were running, it was like a strip. So it was like a barber shop, a record shop. It was a couple shop, a clothing store, because that's where Colin ended up getting shot at. Because that's the store he ran into. But that was the store they were also shooting back out. So
Mm.
once he ran into the store, they shot him thinking he was the guy.
Mm. Nicole says she loves you. Salute, Nicole. Welcome. Thank
Oh,
you so
happy.
much for pulling up. I knew you was coming, but thank you. Into the chat, if y'all can show, this is Nicole's first time here. She's coming to support her mother from the chat. So if we can give them some virtual hugs and prayers, that would mean so much to me. Okay, that's that's horrible. So can you kind of let's get to how you felt when you know the story's going on and on about Colin and this incident that took place. So,
Well, I think for me, I felt like Shanquilla's parents because now, I don't know who shot my son. We don't know why he shot, you know, uh, because when they shot him in the store, what they did was they sat him up against the wall. So now they have to make a plan to get out because nobody should have had guns that was in that store.
mm,
No one should have had a gun. So now they have to get a escape route. So now, we had 5-10 minutes of nobody attending to my son. And he's in the corner. Court documents, you know, he just kept saying he don't want to die. And, to continue, I heard it so much, it just broke me down. It broke me down.
mm.
Just to hear, that's what he kept saying, and it took them about 10 minutes before they even left the store to go get my son help. But meanwhile, his brothers are running up and down the street looking for him. They know he just went down that street. They know he went down the street. So they're like, where is Cole? And here he's laying in the store.
And so the
Yeah.
store was locked down immediately due to.
Yes. Yeah. The owner locked the door. Yes. Yes, the owner locks the door because now everybody has to make a plan to get out the store. You know, it was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. I just it's taken me 15 years to even talk about him. Um, like this. And everything that's just going on, it just hurt. It's like a trigger for me. It's like a trigger for me. Every time one of these kids gets shot, it's a trigger. Wait a second, y'all.
Salute, Arissa. I'm so sorry. My device kicked off. You guys, I really sincerely apologize for that. I'm going live from my phone. My computer just totally kicked me out. I'm like, why am I swirling? But Arissa, if we can kind of go back, and again, I apologize to everyone. The devil is a lie today. Um, so your son's story ran across the news several of times, and
Yeah.
you said you was so distraught that you couldn't even sleep, you couldn't think.
Yeah. I think it was 6, 7 days that I was up straight. That's how scared I was for my sons, for my girls, for my sons. Because like I said, we don't know. They really don't tell you. And they don't. Um, they don't tell you what's going on and all that. They truly don't. And to watch him every day for 3 months on the news is just crazy. That's what I woke up to when I did go to sleep. But I honestly didn't sleep for a good 6, 7 days straight. Yeah, 6, 7. You're so depressed. I lost my hair like in a week around my edges. Like my hair was just coming out. I was so skinny. Um, I didn't want to eat. I just wanted to find out who killed my son. That's all I wanted. You know, um, it's just a hurt piece, and these kids don't know when you're picking up these guns. Cole knew both sides of his family. He knew all his family, so he knew his father's side. He knew our side. All the way down to great 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 aunts, and it was a hurt piece for us. Um, it was it just breaks up families, and not just ours but theirs too. Theirs too. They don't know they mess up a lot of homes when you're picking up these guns for nonsense. You're not even using them right. I don't care if you have a gun, use it right. But yeah, it was a hurt piece. I think the draining thing for me was, just not knowing, who shot him. And 3 months is a long time. That's a long time. That is a long time. And I remember, the day I was on my porch and I seen the detectives, and I knew, they were going to tell me what happened. And he died over some stuff that ain't had nothing to do with him. Nothing. 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 You know. And then, for them not to getting no, immediate help. And where he got shot at, the next block is the police station. Right there. And where I lived at, I want to say almost a block from my house, he got shot. So I can literally come off my porch and see all the activity. Literally. Yep. Yep. So yeah,
So you said it was a witness. Can you tell us a little bit about the witness?
there well, She was at, I'm not going to say her name because I still bang with her. She was at that corner, and she just couldn't believe it. Then when she seen it was my son, and where we're from, everybody knew my boys. They all were like big sports, kids. All the coaches, like I had a whole village, like everybody knew us. It was to the point where I didn't even go to the school for parent teacher conference. I did all my stuff over the phone just so I can work and make sure they get their stuff. So, she knew exactly who it was, and we had another witness who was it's just a big story. So when the guys are shooting at each other, the boy that shot my son, that actual person that was getting shot at was the boy's brother. So the boy that shot my son, his brother was the original target. Yeah.
So they was actually brothers.
The two boys were brothers, and then you have this other, so I guess there was a beef or whatever in a whole nother community. So, and they came up to Wilkinsburg. So Wilkinsburg and Homewood was like next door to each other. So, and where we lived at, you literally can cross the street into Homewood, into the next community. But where they lived at in Homewood was deep into Homewood, though. So, but um, I lost train of thought. What I was going to say.
We was talking about the guys being brothers and the
Yeah.
witness.
So he would have been my state witness, and they ended up killing him in like that July, August. So it was just a big old mess. Then the news is knocking on my door asking me about him. Do you know who set him up? We know he's close to this case. It was a mess. So I stopped doing interviews with the news because they had the story so twisted, it wasn't even funny. I was so mad. I said, why would I get somebody to kill my own witness? Craziness. Oh yeah. So when people is saying this stuff on the news, it's true. It's true. Sometimes the news is not good. It's not a good thing. So I just stopped doing interviews. Yeah.
So the news stations was actually accusing you of committing crimes.
They not me myself, but you know, you had to just hear the questioning, and I'm like, well, why would we do something like that? Why would we help set up something like that? That's craziness. I want to know who killed my son. That's all I want. I want to know who killed my son. I feel sorry for his mother now because we got another black boy, on the ground, gunshot wounds. It's crazy. And he got shot about 15 times with a shotgun. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Um, Lalizzie, no, she was saying that it was some brothers going at a guy um in Colon and everybody was standing outside, and when Colin and the friends all took off running, they all took off running in like stores that was
Right.
nearby, and so did the intended target, ran into the store where
Right.
Colin was,
Right.
and the young man was going to be the witness for this case, and they ended up taking his life anyway 2 months later in June.
Yeah. It was like, I want to say July, August. I would have to look, but I know it was a couple months after Cole got shot. I know it was a couple months because it was almost at the same time where I found out who actually what happened, to him. So it was a mess. It was a mess. Yep, it was a mess. You know, the courts was a mess. I feel sorry for anybody that have to go through the court. Um, my son said no, it was 2 weeks later. So he said he's saying 2 weeks later.
Wow. So it
Um,
was 2 weeks later for them to take this young man's life
right.
as
Yeah. So it's a hurt piece. Like they just don't understand. They don't understand. Um, but it truly does. It messes up. It messes up a lot of families. And we're still hurt. Me and my staff, we still hurt. Yeah, we still hurt. To this day. So he would have been 27. He would have been turning 27 this year. And we can't even imagine him 27 because he was 12. I always say forever 12, because I can't even imagine him being a grown man. And it's just so sad. So sad.
So you've been talking about the courts, and you said you feel sorry for anybody that's going through anything like this. Can you get a little bit into how the court made you feel, why you feel that way about the court system?
Um, First of all, the courts. Well, first let me tell you this here, and I don't know how they do in other states. I just know in Pittsburgh, you're always by the jury, but you're not allowed to cry. They were going to mistrial me about 3 times because I was crying, because I spoke out. I was ready to fight. You know, one of the boys is smiling. I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? But they were going to mistrial me about 3 times. Mistrial me 3 times because I was crying over my 12-year-old son.
So you mean to tell me they was going to mistrial this case about your son's life being taken because you showed emotions in the courtroom?
You're not allowed to show emotion. Um, um, they were going to mistrial me. Yes, yes, yes. This boy turned to me, smiled. It was crazy. It was crazy at court. They try to make it like, he was 12 years old. Why was he outside at 6:30? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So they almost like turn it. They almost turn it on you. So it still makes it right that he gets shot with people that shouldn't have guns. So it's a mess. And this is what they do. So the defense they will put you out there. Oh yeah, to win their case. Yes, they will. And we definitely and we lost that case. So I never got justice for my son. Oh yeah, it was a big mess. I had a federal case as well.
So they threw your son's case out of court, Arissa?
No, they didn't throw it out. His verdict was not guilty. It wasn't enough evidence.
Wow.
Just like Shanquilla. And when I tell y'all, I don't know if you remember the conversation you and I had. And hold on for 1 second. Hey, Kevin. He got a shot. Kevin. Kevin.
So today we have a story of Colin Michael Germany, life taken at the age of 12 due to gun violence. Is it still an echo? Let me go on mute.
Thank you so much. Thank you, babe. I had to make him shut his door because I could hear him echoing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can y'all still hear the echo? You let me know in the chat, Callie, please. Can you hear echo, Mr. Ritz? Are you okay?
I'm good. I can. No, he's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
is it still Arissa or did she fix it?
Arissa, try to go down and I'll try to drop the link again, or just go out and come back in. Just go out and come back in.
Okay.
You guys, I'm so sorry about these technical difficulties today. The devil is definitely trying to get in the way of this message that needs to be spread. And again, let me figure out how to drop this link, you guys, because I'm on my cell phone and I really want this link dropped. Give me 1 second. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I'm so not used to going from my phone. Arissa, I dropped the link for you again, love. You can hit the link again. Again, you guys, this is crazy. I've been super nervous today because I didn't want to let the family down by letting Arissa tell her story. Here we go. Hey, Arissa, we're back. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So, we was on that court. Thank you, Callie, so much. Thanks for everybody bearing with me and Arissa. Thank you so much. So we was stuck on the courts making you feel like you had done something wrong by
Right.
showing emotions and just, being a mother who just lost a child. What do you have for us? Can you tell us, the parents that's going through this right now, how to deal, how to cope?
I don't know what to say. Because you're going to cry. You're going to cry. You cannot just not cry. The moms and dads, you're going to cry. I don't know what to even say. You're going to cry. But this is what these courts make you feel like. And not only that, then we lost the case. It wasn't enough evidence. And I fought for my baby for 2 years. Yep, 2 years straight until I was just dog tired. Because now I still got these other kids. So now I got the other 5 kids. So I'm scared for them. Um, I didn't want them to be out here, doing crazy stuff because of their brother, getting shot. I needed them to stay on the same, on their path that they were on, and that's what they did. So I didn't have trouble out the other kids. So, and that was a blessing. That was a blessing. I think the kids were already close, and I think they're just like closer now. You know, um, but
And
yeah.
Colin had so many people who loved him. His funeral turned out to be super huge. His teachers loved him dearly. The letters that I received, and the ones I only had a couple, but Colin had 7 guest books where he
Wow.
was so loved and adored by so many people, where he impacted so many people with the loving child that he was. And it was just, it was beautiful reading those stories. It was beautiful that you shared those letters with me. And Arissa, if you like, I would love to, if you want to read out a couple of those letters that you had sent me, just to show everyone how much love this young man put out into your community. They said he loved buying kids candy and, you know, taking care of his brothers, you know, and he was the baby,
And he
you
was the
know,
baby.
but
He was the
just to
baby.
show that kind of love. If you want to talk about that a little bit.
We can. I knew he was loved. You know, like I said, I had a very, very, very big village. You know, especially for these boys. You know, I just wanted my boys to stay on track. Um, you know, so from the coaches to the teachers, from my uncles and my their great uncles, and you know that we had a village. So and I think that's what held, you know, everything together for the boys and my girls, you know, for us, period, you know. So yeah, but he really was a good kid. You can read it. I don't have him in front of me.
I got, look, my phone. I am so, the next live I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna open a live up and actually read them
Okay.
after I do this live with you. I didn't want no more distractions. It's you know, when you're dealing with this kind of healing process, the devil's like, no, I want to keep you in a dark place,
Right.
and I know that because I've never been live and had those kind of technical
Yeah.
problems, and then I'm panicking, but then I'm like coming down like, okay, I'm still gonna go live regardless. So I'm gonna get her back, and I'm gonna get these people in here because they need to hear this story. And it took you 15 years to
Yeah.
tell your son's story and to share it on this live with these beautiful people, and you know, your family coming in with major support, like, mom, you can do this, pushing them, you know, is amazing. And I'm not going to let the devil get in the way of you and Colin's story or message for today. So let's get into this one right here. um it was horrible how the court made you feel. Not on top of that, yes, Lalizi, he got away scot free. They found him not guilty. Said not enough evidence.
Yeah.
As if Colin's life didn't matter.
Yeah.
As if him losing his life wasn't evidence enough that something happened. And then the attended witness also life taken due to gun violence.
Yeah.
The horrific crimes that was committed from this young man losing his life is horrific, and it's uncalled for, and it's also unanswered for. And they never sympathized with this mother who lost her child, and
Yeah.
watch somebody go free with causing her son to lose his life is another slap in the face for this mother. Our system has been letting us down consistently,
Oh yeah.
and we
And
have
you
a risk here to
and you
tell that.
and you figure this is 2008. This is 2008. I can remember sitting in the DA's office, just confused. I was so confused. And you know, I came home, I had to go to bed, and I just didn't want to talk to nobody. And it's a hurt piece. It's a hurt piece. Yeah.
So you said not only did they disregard your feelings, but he turned around and smirked and smiled at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Even on TV when they were interviewing him, and you know, once they found him not guilty, the audacity, you know, the audacity. Woo, child. The ignorance. I said a lot of stuff. I said a lot of stuff, and it was just the audacity for me. Ignorance is just. it's crazy. You know, they do not care. They don't. They don't. These boys don't care. These young men don't care. These girls don't care. It's just horrible. And like I said, this is back in 2008, y'all. And just craziness.
Miss Kelly's Kitchen said, and if y'all have comments that I've skipped, I'm so sorry. I really am. But Miss Kelly's Kitchen said, have you ever considered reopening the case?
No. No. Mm-mm. Um, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. Mm-mm. As long as he know we tried, he know we tried. He know I tried. I let him know every day. Um, but I don't think we could do that again. I don't think we could do that again. You know, and like I said, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I don't. I wouldn't wish the courts on anybody in cases like this. You know, and like I said, wishing, you know, when it was taking so long for Shanquilla, and I said, yeah, she's not. I already knew. I felt it. I felt that spirit, y'all. I don't know why. I just never, y'all know I don't really talk. I just say I salute everybody and I just keep it moving and listen. But yeah, I'm not doing that again. Mm-mm.
Miss Ada Tally said, colon, so sad, 15 years, my heart goes out to you. Miss MJB said, this is sad. Almost every day we hear of gun violence and so many innocent children being taken from their parents so soon. Lord, be a fence of protection around our children. Callie said, I just wish I could hug you so tight right now. You don't even understand.
Oh, thank you.
Melanated Queen said, many prayers and hugs to you.
Thank you.
I'm loving your journey with London Salute. Thank you so much for coming through. And Max said, you're an amazing woman and mother, Arissa. I appreciate your strength and voice as an advocate against gun violence is unmeasurable. People pass, but love lasts forever.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times nobody forgives. We hold that pain, we hold that hurt, we hold that hurt, that hate. Um, have you or your children forgiven?
I I know I haven't. Um I want to, but then I can't. You know, it's hard. It's hard.
Take your time, Marissa. Take your time.
I'm trying. I'm not there yet. I want to. Uh, you know, I have to accept an apology that I'm never going to get. And I don't know if that makes sense. Um, I didn't even get an apology, from anybody, no families, nobody, nobody. Uh, I want to forgive and I want to try, as far as my kids, They're way ahead of me. And that's all I can say. They're more nice, they're nice, way nicer than I am. um,
Okay.
I have to work on that, Miss Parker. I have to work on that. I had this 10-pound, 13-ounce baby. He was mine. You know, I wanted my son. I was 24 years old with 6 kids, and I wanted all mine. I worked. I didn't ask nobody for nothing. I had my own house, with my 6 kids, you know. And, just for somebody to just come and, just take them up out of here like that is crazy. And then you had another group of people that just didn't get him help, So it's just a hurt piece. So I'm trying. I'm trying. But I can tell you I ain't there yet. I ain't there.
So
15 years later, I'm still mad. And then, like I said, when you hear all this craziness and all these kids, and you got 10-month olds getting shot now and 6-month old, it's a trigger. It's a trigger for me. It's a trigger.
yeah.
So every time I hear all this craziness, it's a trigger to me. So I go right back into my son. And if it's a really, really, really bad thing, or if I'm having a bad day and then I hear about a shoot, and it's a bad day for me. you know my days are up and down. um yeah, it'll probably take me a while to get to that point, and I just figured this is a start. you
Yeah.
know um for me, for the other siblings. you know um he has so many siblings. um Stephon. He Steph. I got my base salute to Stephon. I hope he's on here. His mom Michelle. They were so good with us. Their dad, their stepdad. The village was the bomb. They were the bomb, and I think that's what kept me together for real. Is and I knew it was real when my best friend flew all the way from Texas to Pittsburgh. And once I looked up, I knew it was real because when I left that hospital, I went to the hospital with 6 kids, and I woke up and I only had 5 kids. So I thought I was just dreaming until I went downstairs and see all these people in my house. And um, it was just crazy. It's just a crazy thing. So, and I just want to get his story out just to, to where, just to share with the moms and these people, the potential somebody that's going to try to pull a trigger. You got to stop and think. Not and you're hurting your mother. You're hurting your mother. You're hurting this person's mom. You got a lot of people that you're hurting. And my son was loved. My son was loved. Everybody knew them. Everybody knew my sons. Um, so this is a start for me. You know.
I'm so happy to hear that, Arissa. Because I was gonna ask you about that, but Miss Sherry said, "Have you seen the guy since this has happened?"
No. No. I just found out the guy now the federal case is a little different because now the guy that just got out of jail, he got out about 2 years. So this is the boy that shot my son. The boy in the state case was the one that started the shooting. You get it? So the two brothers, um, it's just so much. Wait a minute, y'all, because I'm trying not to cry. It
Take your time, sis. Take your time.
the federal case was for a gun charge. Um, I forgot what the other charge was, but basically he did this 13 years for this gun charge in my son's case. That was it.
Wow.
That was it. And this is
So
the
all Colin's life was worth was 13 years. He's gone forever, but the
that's it.
law and the system so messed up.
It's so messed up. It's so messed up. And trust me, there's a lot of moms like me out here that, just didn't get the justice, you know, uh, that he deserved. Cole deserved all that, And like I said, he wasn't out here. He was a good kid. My baby was a good kid, you know. They just need to know, you're just, it's you're breaking up homes and you're breaking hearts. And, um, I'm a big time loner now. Like, I don't want to be bothered with nobody but my kids and my grandkids. Like, I don't mess with anybody, unless I'm in Philly or down in Ohio or something. But yeah, I don't, I'm just by myself, unless I'm traveling. Yeah. So and I want to change that. You know what I mean? I want to change that and just bring awareness. I just want to bring awareness. That's
I'm
all.
so proud of you, sister. We've talked for days, and it seemed like we've known each other for centuries and
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
Colin has became a part of my life just listening to the love and stories you share with me about Colin. This one is so strong. She doesn't speak as if Colin isn't here with us. She speaks of Colin as
Yeah.
he's here, and it's such a blessing. And I feel his presence. I actually felt his presence when you was telling the story about the justice you didn't receive, the boy getting off, the witness to the case ended up with his story, with his life in the mice as well. Um, and then the narratives they was pushing about you guys with the witnesses. This is so horrific.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you got so much horrific things being said happening, where do we find the healing?
Yeah.
Does today start a healing process for you? Or
Yes. 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 Yep. I'm just hoping, you can, I just hope I can reach out to at least one person, you know, and, because, some days for me is hell. Some days I'll just be at work and I'll just start crying. Some days I'll just be in my room and I'll just start crying. I can be in a shower and I'll just start crying. That's how much I miss my son. I miss him so much. I miss him.
Arissa, real quick, I want to try to turn my camera off and find this. We'd want to try to get one of these stories up if you don't mind.
Okay.
And let me know that you can hear me.
Okay.
So you can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. I gotta read some of these letters about Colin. They were so special. And I know they meant everything to you as much as the support. And I appreciate you for waiting on me, Arissa,
Okay.
today and all these complications. But
It's okay. We did it.
look, we wrote so much to each other. Here we go. Let me get this one. He was just such a good kid. He was respectful to people, always did what he was told. He spent his earning on candies and snacks for his older brothers and saved up to buy sneakers. Sam Morris, an employee at Upbeat Records down.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Arissa?
I can hear you now.
Okay, my sound went out a lot or what?
Yeah, you went right out.
I'm gonna share these stories of Colin because I was so into it. I was so into reading it. Like I said, I could actually see him being so energetic, and
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
said that he was so energetic, and they said he worked so hard.
Mhm.
And the man at the store, Mr. Morris, said that Colin was such a lovely spirit of a child that he challenged him. And he challenged him to do A's and B's in schools, and
Mhm.
for those A's, he got $5. And
Right.
when he went back, he boasted about bringing those grades up.
Yeah.
And he did wonderful. He came back with A's.
Great.
So that was a good push, good ambition, good strive, and it means everything again for you to share that story about Colin to your family and friends out there that are watching me. At times when you're trying to push positivity, as I said before, it's always going to be distractions. It's always going to be something's going on with the audio, something's going on with the video. You know, you got to switch
Right.
devices.
Right.
Audio's not right. You know, it's just been a lot today, but nothing's going to stop me and Arissa today from starting a healing process so she can get better. She can find ways to keep bringing awareness to those who need it. And
My
also,
children are doing great.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, but yes, to Nicole, thank you so much for coming in, Nicole. Thank you to Cohen's family, Miss Arissa's family, for believing in me and for showing their mother so much strength today that she needed to get through this day. 15 years of holding this kind of pain inside and never being able to share this with anybody other than family is such a big step, Arissa. And you know that I'm here for you through the whole process. I always tell you, if you want to cry today, you can cry, you know, and you want to pray with me, we pray together and everything. And that's so different for me because I've always been introduced to negativity, no positivity, nothing, not the right way to do things. Not being pushed to bring awareness and do what was right for somebody else other than myself, you know, not be selfish, but be helpful, be useful.
Right.
And I'm glad you chose me to start your healing process. It makes it, God said it, I believe it, that settles it. Let the healing begin.
Thank you, M Mac.
I want to read. They
Thank
said, do you have a cash app, Miss Arissa?
Yes, I do. Oh, you guys. Oh my
If we can drop her cash app in the chat mods, can you tell us the cash app, Miss Arissa?
It's actually $sign KHOLEN. I think it's 96.
So it's money sign
My son's name.
colon 96.
I think
And
so.
Colin's name is in the title as
Right.
well. So if
Yes.
anybody you know would like to donate to Miss Arissa, please feel free to do so. And I know that when me and Arissa did it, thank you so much, Callie. When me and Arissa did it, she said, I wanna we talked about the gun violence. And as I talked about it, she was like, Miss Parker, I'm gonna keep pushing you. I know you can do it, you know. Something's telling me it's something about you that I just love, and your voice is gonna be that voice that I need. And it encouraged me. So to No Bias, thank you so much. No Bias is a Rock Squad member. She got my merchandise for me, and it's Switching Lanes Uplifting Tour. And on the back of my shirt, it says, enough is enough. Stop
Yeah.
the violence.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And that movement is for this, to
Yes.
save another life. It could be me saving your child's life, your child's life, somebody's life. We just want to bring awareness. We are sick and tired of losing our youth. We are sick and tired of the court system letting us down. The people that's supposed to fight for us. And Arissa didn't get on here just to talk about her son, but she was also sympathetic toward the young man that ended up losing his life, that was supposed to be a witness to bring justice
Yeah.
to this man that took Cohen's life. And she got none of that. She got a smirk and a smile. And she got a, yes, I took your son's life and it's okay. Deal with it.
Yeah.
She got told that her son didn't mean nothing to her because she cried. She showed emotion.
Yeah.
And this is 2008, guys. It's only got worse with time. We've
Yeah.
seen this time after time.
Yeah.
And for this woman to come after 15 years, she wants justice for not just her son, but for everybody around the world that's dealing with this or going through this. That is so unselfish of her. She has been so strong through talking about this story, sharing this story with just me. She wanted this healing process for not just herself, but her family, because they all dealt with grief. They all dealt with pain. They all dealt with injustice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Gas Man said, all this killing, and it's just not normal people acting like it, shaking my head. Naya said, Miss Parker, my condolences to you, Miss Orissa. You may find peace and healing. I'm so sorry for your loss and that you had to experience losing your baby and injustice from the justice system. Orissa, also, can we, how was, in life, when you deal with such, tragedy, so much tragedy, how was the support system with the family and for you and your children at that time?
I think it just, I'm telling you, it tears a family apart. My relationship was done. It tears up a family. It does. All I had was my kids that understood the pain. So it was just always us. You know what I'm saying? Because, there was, I'm not going to say who, but, I had somebody say, well, it's been 6 months. You know, I had, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People, see, you wouldn't understand how I feel until it happens. Then everybody say, oh, but that's one of the things that was, it's been 6 months, you should be okay. Yeah. So I dealt with stuff for that, like that, for a couple years. Yeah. Because, I would just bust out crying because after we lost those cases, the depression was just, because, you also got, I didn't even mention the depression, and I still have some depression, but the depression is real, honey, you know. And when I tell y'all hair loss, weight loss, people thought I was smoking. That's how much weight I lost. My hair was real, real thick. And I'm telling you, in a week or two, I didn't have any hair. That's how stressed I was. 2 years. 2 years. Yep. So you go through so many emotions, and you have to deal with this idiot said, then you got to deal with your kids, then you got to deal with work, all that. I was off almost a year. I was almost off. I was off almost a year, I think. And to even go back to work, I needed more. I needed more time. It just wasn't enough. The depression is real. The depression is real, honey. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is real. And so, I'm dealing with my depression and still trying to raise kids, So, and then I told you I have two sets of kids. So I have the younger set of kids, and then the other kids were coming out of high school going into college. Then I got I got these kids over here, so I was everywhere. So I had to be everywhere for everybody, but I can honestly say, my kids, Nicole and Kiera. Nicole's the oldest. And they just had to hold me down. They held me down. I love them so much. Kevin and Cameron, they did right by me, just going to school and not getting in trouble and doing what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? And so they could just be out here, because I beat college until, all the kids, they had to go to school, But Nicole and Kiera, what were we, honey? My kids held me down. They held me down. I love them so much, It's just sad. It's a sad, sad thing. It's a sad thing. Another person, their Uncle Hank, honey, he never left from that table. When I had him, his wife, my cousin Foxy, Serena, we call her Foxy. They never got up from that table until everything was done. I couldn't even write my own son's obituary. I couldn't do it. It didn't seem right. I let the news in his funeral because I wanted them to show them what they did to my son. So that's why I let the news come in and record and all that. But I wanted everybody to see what they did to my son. Um, so I had a couple people there, just help me down and make sure I was good. But when everybody got to go home, it's just you again. And I had a hard time. I did. So like I said, my kids are just wonderful. I'm just so thankful, that I got them, and they still got me. And sometimes I just wonder where I would be without, them, if they weren't who they were, so it's hard. It's hard. We never work on his birthday. We don't work on his death date. I still can't do it. I can't do it. I think if we would have got some type of justice, it would be a little different. But none of us work on his birthday or his death date. Yep. So I hope, we can just, just get it out there, put these guns down, it's sad. It's sad. And I'm still scared for my sons to this day because they drive nice cars that they pay for legally from their jobs. You know what I'm saying? So not only do they have to worry about the police beating on them, then you still got to worry about these fools with these guns. So so I'm always worried when they're out here, and they're good kids, still good kids, good fathers, good mothers. They're mothers now, fathers. I have one that doesn't have kids, But yeah, yep, it's hard. So, and I figured, this would be a start for me, and just get the word out and just try to put my arms around somebody, you know, um, somebody. But Miss Parker, I have to definitely thank you. You heard me cry, and I wanted you to do my story, and um, it's just something about you, Miss Parker, and I still don't know. I still don't know. It's just something about you. You got this. Just know you got this. You got this, and you got a friend for life as well. Yep, you got a friend
Thank
for life. Yep. Yep, I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
want to say this to you. When we first started talking about it, it was weeks ago.
Yeah.
Time has came by so fast,
Yeah.
and Nikki and all your children was pushing you, Mom, you got this.
Hmm.
But they still wanted to make sure that you was okay. There's like 15 years, they're shocked, their emotions, because they don't want to see you hurt.
Yeah.
They just wanted to shower you with love and let you, whether you've done this or not, you were still their beautiful, strong mother. And I felt like I knew I talked to your kids every time you had reached out to them and talked to them in your groups and in
Yeah.
your messages, and and you would be like, I could feel the love that you have for your children just in words. Your
Oh,
expression, I could feel your expression through the phone.
okay.
And every day I talked to you, your strength was getting more powerful.
Yeah.
And I knew, see, I didn't tell your story. I gave you a platform and you told your story.
Yeah.
I just made you so comfortable that you just took it and gravitated to the platform, and all the good people in the chat. There's some good people in this chat that's been hurt, and Melanated Queen shared her story. She was similar to, she knows the violence. Prayers to her. Miss Sharon shared. And it's just people like us that need to hear your voice.
Right.
So you can pass the strength on to us. We might not be where you are today, but it gave us a little bit of clarity.
Okay.
It
Thank
also gave us awareness of being aware of your emotions when you're going through our court system, to let us know it could go either way, but it didn't go the way that we felt like it should have went for our child. So we have to be worried of the justice,
you.
because all these years, and finally we yell Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
Even with the Shanquilla Robinson story that she gravitated to, because she saw that these parents wasn't receiving justice.
Yeah.
That these people out here in the world are just giving a pat on the back to go commit another crime, which they did that after taking Colin's life. The witness's life was taken brutally in the same style with the gun. It doesn't change the position where they got, shot. It was with a gun. It was an act of reckless violence, reckless behavior.
Yeah.
And this is what we have to stop before it's a knock at our door. She just said we don't feel her pain. We haven't been there. That's why I never could tell her I understand, because I didn't. I still don't, because I haven't felt that. But I feel it when I hear her talk. I can feel it when she's telling me the story, when she's reading the letters. Yes, she was proud about what those people said about her son, but after being treated through the court system, our protectors, smacking her, just smacking these parents in the face twice. She doesn't trust you anymore. Whether she feel like young Colin is worth it, she doesn't trust y'all with her son anymore. Y'all let her down. Proper care, the attention we need when somebody's life is being taken by gun violence, anything. We need y'all there, medical attention wise. All of that. He got none of that. He got none of that. So what difference do we make? It's time. That's why I said I don't want to get on here and talk about it all the time, because me talking about it goes in one ear, but then we have so much going on in our lives, it goes out the other just as quick as it went in. So that's why I said I want to go to Washington. I want to present Colin's picture. And not just gun violence, all violence. To Shanquella Robinson, I want to point the baby's pictures out as well. Oh, why doesn't it matter? Is this not your child? Is this why Rissa Bay's son doesn't matter today? Because it's not your child. You can go home and sleep peaceful. But as soon as it hits home, it's a step to be taken. No, I don't want it to be a step to be taken for me. I'm making that next step with Arissa. Arissa, you inspired me so much. And I didn't get the shirts to make money. I got the shirts to bring awareness. With the gun on my back with the sign said, stop, enough is enough. Stop the violence. Nobody wants to endure these stories. They hurt because they're true. $15 years.
Yeah. 15 long years. You know, because you know, people don't know, like the first 3 years, whew, I was a mess. First 3 years I was a mess. And you know, the way I feel, I would not wish on nobody. I wouldn't wish it on somebody I didn't even like, because this feeling that I feel every day, every other day, you know, I may see one of his brothers because they all look alike. So, you know, and I always just sit and wonder what he would look like, you know, because he was a kid, you know. I can't even imagine him 27. He would be 27 today. And I can't even imagine him, you know, I think I posted on his birthday, you know, I just wish I could just talk to him one more time. I would give anything to talk to my son one more time. I would do anything just to talk to him, just to touch him, just give him a kiss, just one more time. Everything he got, he did not deserve it. He didn't deserve that. So, you know, I just, you know, you go through a lot. You go through a lot in these cases. And, you know, and it's just so sad. Another Black family, no justice. And honey, this has been going on since 2008. So Shanquella is not the first one. It's been going on. Oh, it's been going on. And it's just so sad. It's sad. It is so sad. Yep. So, you know, but, you know, that's my one wish. I just wish I could just touch my son one more time. Just one more time.
Miss Sharon said, I wish my signals was better, would come up to encourage her. I truly understand where she is at. Let her know the best way to help her forgive is understand the forgiveness is for her healing. And I dropped the link for anybody in Miss Arissa's family that wanted to hit the link to come up She said, Shell said, I'm praying for you, Arissa. This is such a sad story.
Thank
Moppy said, happy heavenly birthday to your son, Colin. So
you.
yeah, definitely send those virtual hugs and those prayers for Miss Arissa, not just Arissa, but for his family, for his best friend that was with him on that dreadful day. Um, for the teachers that that believed in Colin and knew he had the drive it took to get things done as he was told. For those football coaches that said his drive was so hard, his passion for the game, the beauty of it all. That Mr. Morris at the store who believed in Colin, he knew that Colin could get those B's up to an A. This we think that it just affects the parents and the siblings and the cousins, and it doesn't. It affects a whole community
Yes.
when we lose a loved one.
And it truly does. At his funeral, I thought they closed the schools down. So my kids told me today, they said, no, mom, nobody just didn't go to school. Everybody was at the funeral. So that's why nobody was in school. And we have, I think it was 3 or 4 schools. So we still had the high school, the middle school, and then we had 3, the smaller schools. So nobody was in school. We had over 300 people there. It was standing room only. Um, it was just crazy for this kid. His uncle Hank, in the Wilkinsburg Police Department, took him to his gravesite, and his uncle drives, he rides motorcycles. So, part of the motorcycle gang, just led him to his spot. And it was just crazy. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Blended Healing said prayers, love, strength, protection, compassion, light cover you, Arissa, and your family. Again, Arissa, you have been such a strong motivational person for me. I know what it was like to be your child, to be Colin for a second, to have a mother like you with such strength and passion. It's burning, and I love it. It's so driving. It's undeniable.
Mm. I'm trying. It's so hard. It's so hard.
You did so good. You you
Thank
you
you.
did so good. You did so good. And the Rock Squad family pat up in here, and also my blended family had up in here, my Memphis family, my Punch Gang family, my real family such as Callie's Kitchen and Lalizzie and TT. They came and showed you so much love.
Thank you
um
so
they
much.
sending
Thank
so many virtual hugs, and these comments are so powerful because they're much needed for you, and
you.
also for all those others that are hurting or going through anything similar like this. And I want to tell you today, I'm so proud of you. And Nicole came in here, and she supported, and I know she was so proud of you. I know your other children are so proud of you. Even you had so much love from work, and your extended friends was telling you how happy they was for you to do this today. And you encouraged me as well, and I love you so much for that. And also, you guys, I will be doing a live on Wednesday. So when I open that live up, I just want to read um, a few of the stories about Colin and how much he was loved, and just the love that this little boy spread it around the community was amazing. And he was such a bright spirit, and I loved reading those stories. It's like reading a nice book, and I think you would be good for that, Arissa, in due time. A book, a mother's story. Enough is enough story from you and other mothers and everything you went through to
Mm-hmm.
help other mothers gain a little bit of sense through everything.
Oh God. Oof. Thank you so much, Miss Parker. Um, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, I tell you thank you every day, all day. Um, I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I swear you have a friend for life. Um, you know, thank you for doing this. Thank you to everyone that came through the Rock Squad. Oh, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. You know, but you got a sister for life, honey. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Thank you so much.
And Arissa, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I appreciate you guys. Blenda Hillen said you are super strong, Arissa. D Bow Naya said you did a great job. Sending you hugs and comfort. A
Thank
lot
you.
of prayers from Pisces Vibes. Lita, Nina the Diva.
Oh,
Pisces Vibes. Pisces Vibes said, Miss Parker, you're such a beautiful spirit. Thank you so much, Pisces. Thank you. Miss Sherry Phelps said, may God give you the peace that surpasses all understanding.
thank you. Thank you.
And I would love for you to go back and read some of these comments, Arissa.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will. I will. I just want to thank everybody. You know, and like I said, I just hope if I could just reach one person, um, if I could just get one person, because I know how I feel, you know, and there's days where you just feel lonely. You know what I'm saying? And the depression is real. It's real. And it's so crazy because I still had to raise these kids and still had to go to work. I still had to pay these bills. And, you know, and being depressed it's just a crazy feeling. So I'm hoping that I touched at least one person. At least.
Cam said, good job, Mom. Can we send Cam Germany some hugs and
Oh, love you,
virtual hugs
Cameron.
and virtual blessings? And thank you, Cam and Nikki, for joining my panel. Thank you for being strong for your mother through all this. She loves you guys. She talks about you every day, and she shares so many good things about you guys. And she always tells me how proud she is of you guys, and how y'all keep her lifted in her spirits just
Mhm.
up. So salute to Cam Germany. Salute to your daughter Nicole for coming through. Virtual hugs and many prayers up to you guys. And I wish you nothing but a prosperous life.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love you, Miss Parker. We love
Thank
you.
you,
We
Miss.
love
Miss Kelly's Kitchen said, thank you for being brave enough to share your son's story. And thank you for choosing my sister's platform to do so. I love you, Arissa, and blessings to you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all can send Cam some love as well.
Oh,
Lita said prayers, sis said prayers.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, so much, so much. Thank you.
Code 5 said, good job, sis.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Code 5, for coming through. Thank you guys for pulling
Yeah.
up and supporting Arissa after holding this in for this long and wanting to share awareness. It takes great strength and a strong woman to share. And like I said, to pick me was just a blessing. You know, I was nervous. I don't think I don't. You was nervous, but I was nervous, and I kept telling Callie today. I was like, I'm nervous. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous, but I can't let this family down today. I refuse to let this family down. And she said, I know how passionate this live is to you and what it means to you. And I refuse to give up, even when my devices, everything was going wrong in here, y'all. Anything possible, we just went out. I was like, why are we swirling? Then I'm getting frustrated. And then y'all can see my camera. I'm going, why are we swirling? You know. So then it was like, okay, go in from your phone and stuff like that. And then it was like the sound, reading Colin stories, the sound, my camera going in and out on my phone. It's just like, you know what, this woosah, but the devil is a lie today because
Right.
we are spreading awareness
Yes.
today. I'm going to make a difference with Arissa today. I'm going to make a difference with Arissa and her family today. And they have been very supportive of me. So to the family of Arissa Bay, thank you guys so much. I've never met them and they have been just sending so much love my way. And I'm forever appreciative for God to bring you into my life. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for doing this for us. Yeah, thank
Pisces Vibe
you.
said, Amen. I lost one of my babies late last year, so I feel your pain. I really do. Can we send prayers up to Pisces Vibes as well? Because I talked to that sister as well on the phone. And when I hear the pain, it's a different language. Pain is a different
It
language
is.
just than a regular phone call. And when I talk to these mothers, I've endured their pain by listening to their voices. And I don't know the feeling, but the feeling of hearing a mother's voice with a loss is also unbearable.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't want to hear nobody. You don't want to see nobody go through that. It's just a hurt piece. You know, it's just the craziest feeling. I cannot explain it to you. I cannot explain the feeling that I feel. Like I cannot, still to this day, I cannot explain it to you, to anybody. Yeah. So, but thank you, Miss Parker, so much. Thank you. I do, and I feel a little better. I do. I'm so glad I did it.
Yes. Salute to you. Prayers up to you.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you so much.
Strengthening and I'm gonna be here every step of the way. Just because we in this live doesn't mean I'm gone. Doesn't mean the Rock Squad family is gone. Y'all are 10 toes down over there. Y'all rock good and y'all rock well. And I know those sisters and brothers in that chat of Shanks are very supportive. They're unconditional. They show unconditional love over
Thank
there.
you.
So I know you'll never just have me. You'll have the whole Rock Squad, and that's what it's about when it comes to a situation like this, come together, not tear somebody apart, not judge, not spin a narrative, but just truly be supportive and show genuine love. And I know they're going to give that to you just
Yeah.
as well as I gave that to
Yeah.
you. Also, to my side of the railroad track, such as my Pisces vibes, I'm
Yeah.
going to be here for you, just like I'm here for Arissa. I'm forever indebted to fighting for justice for all of the BS that is flooding our streets and taking our children's lives. Whether it's we have a problem with narcotics filling the street,
Mhm.
more taking our children's life. The artificial weeds and things are taking our children's life by the dozens now, and I don't want to stand here and take it anymore. Enough is enough for me. I'm gonna fight for justice all the way around the board. I'm not gonna stop until I can save one, at least one. At
Yeah.
least one person heard me
One. Yeah.
throughout all them people to make a difference. I want to be that one. And I hope it's many others to follow along and start wanting to see a difference because we all have grandbabies growing up if we don't have young children right now. So it's time to make a difference. Or we're going to be eventually, the black race is going to be like the dinosaurs. We're going to be extinct. We can have children by the many, but
Yeah.
as many children we have is something new that's taking us out and taking our youth out, taking out generations of families.
Yeah.
And I stand here today in front of you guys in Arissa, my friend, my sister, and say I'm tired and I will no longer stand for it.
Yeah.
So I see Nikki say something.
No, listen.
They say excellent job, Miss Parker. Thank you so much. She said, "Thank you, Miss Parker, Nikki. You're so welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you and your siblings for sending love through your mother and things like that. I appreciate you so much." Shell said, "Yes, I definitely will show my love on the Rock Squad channel."
Oh,
Y'all do. Y'all show major love. Um, to y'all dedicated to helping people find justice.
oh yeah,
And
oh yeah.
Arissa might didn't get justice for Colin that day, but I know together, us seeking justice for someone else is going to be justice for Colin, because I know he's shining down bright on you today.
Yes.
Um, you told his story,
Yeah.
and you told it proudly. Told it proudly. You told it different from when we talked about it.
Did
I
I?
seen something different in you. Yes, today was different. Today was different. You was glowing. Your voice sound really passionate. Yes, I can understand the pain and hear the sadness in your pain. But today it was different. You were so strong about today, and I'm just so happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
And also, feel free to support Arissa, $96. The moderators have dropped it. Shankin will be going live in 7 minutes. He's doing an interview with Cam Talk Too Much. Remember, you feel free to support Arissa. And also, support doesn't have to mean financial gain. Always remember that virtual prayers, through passing, sending a prayer up, and that's for each and every one of us to do. We should do that. There's nothing wrong, and I always tell my peoples, there's nothing wrong with checking on someone to see how they're doing mentally, physically, and all of that. And that's what keeps that family bond, going, uplifting each other,
Yeah.
showing support to each other, because we don't know what somebody's going through, because a lot of people keep it inside and really don't like to tell what's going on with them. Pride, a lot of us have pride in different things, just different ways why we don't want to really share emotions. But I want you to know, Arissa, and everybody else out there, to know you're always welcome to pull up, and I'll share your story. If you just need a platform where you want to tell your story, my platform's always going to be open and available for any and everybody. When I'm going to keep the chat rolling tonight so the content creators can drop their links. Blended Healing, you said you liked her. She's very inspirational to me. She's been very inspirational. Another inspiration to me, Miss Callie's Kitchen, definitely. Transparent Talk, another, most definitely. Lalizi, another one. Lita, also another great one. Salute Christopher W. It's a lot of great content creators that have came through. Snapping Turtle, Bronze. For that, I appreciate you guys for pulling up with me and Arissa and showering her with so much love and support. She definitely needed that. Her children definitely needed that. And don't forget, you guys, go subscribe to Shank Rock, as Arissa is over there with the Rock Squad family fighting for justice for Shanquilla Robinson. She put her needs to the side of needing justice and wanting justice for her son to help another family gain justice for their loved ones. So again, Arissa, thank you so much. I will be reading some of those letters on a live I have coming up on Wednesday. So if you want to pull up in the chat and hear some of those letters, Miss Arissa, you can. I will be dropping those before I go live.
Okay.
And just sharing that with everyone of how much Colin Michael Germany was loved by not only his family but his community. And I appreciate to the community of how much love y'all showed Colin Michael Germany as well. Any last words, Miss Arissa?
Um, I'm glad we did this. I'm so glad everybody came. And like I said, I hope I can get one person. Um, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And again, virtual prayers to everybody. I know today was Monday. Monday's a rough day, but nothing but blessings for the rest of your work week, peace and blessings. And remember, when you go to work tomorrow, don't look at the bad things about work. Look at the good things, and just know you're getting close to that weekend again. They're going kind of fast for us, and things like that. And everybody go over there to Shank Rock. He's ready to go live. He's doing an interview with Cam Talk Too Much. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear what those brothers have to bring to the table. And again, nothing but virtual hugs and prayers to Arissa and her family and their friends as well that has felt this pain for the past 15 years. Love you, Arissa. Call me after this live and let me know how everybody's feeling. I hope I did a good job by letting you share your story on the platform.
Thank you.
All righty. Salute everybody. Everybody go finish having a blessed Monday. And thank you again for pulling up even with all my faulty equipment today. Thank you guys so much. And Arissa, you look stunning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you again, Arissa.
All right. Thank you.
All
I'll
right.
see everybody in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Night.